It's real shit. I'm gonna do now I'm working on volume 3.
Just like that. So nice and shit, show track. I swear to God, I ain't gonna make some bad. We really out here, check your map. I swear we so young and dumb.
Even though I got work in the morning. J-Star. Y'all can follow on Twitter at J-Star, JAYYSTARR, all one word. Long Beach, California, stand up.
I'm turned up, I stay drunk, just got paid, got bills to pay, but I said fuck that, I'm getting hot today. Turned down, QTD, I'm turned up, I stay drunk, just got paid, got bills to pay, but I said fuck that, I'm getting hot today. Say I'm turned up, I'm turned up, 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 say I'm turned up, I'm
J-Star, and you know where you can find me and other hot independent artists out there, and that's on Radio AFG Live with my boy Young Hawk. Let's get it.
Yes indeed, ladies and gentlemen, it's Radio AFG Live, your boy Young H-A-A-K, I am him in the flesh. Welcome to Radio AFG Live. That was J-Star. The track was entitled Young and Reckless. It's on Street Heat Volume 2, as well as her very first album, The Demi-Goddess, so make sure you guys check her out. Hit her up on Twitter at J-Star, that's JAYYSTARR, all one word. Holla at her, because she definitely look out for the independent artists. Shout out to J-Star for doing that drop for Radio AFG Live. As you can see, phone lines is open, ladies and gentlemen. It's Radio AFG Live, 215-471-0713 is that number. That number one more again, 215-471-0713. It is still a turn down for what? Friday. But now that it's past 12 o'clock, it's now Saturday. If you guys got any requests or anything like that for the tracks, don't be hesitant to hit me up and shit, because I got y'all. I'm going to make sure I show love to my main man, BC. He doing well and shit like that now, so make sure I play some music from him tonight. I got that sequel coming, don't even sweat it. Now, I talked about a couple of reasons why the ladies should turn down, and I'm not done with y'all. I'm going to come back in a little bit to y'all. I'm going to start with the men. You know, through scripture, a man is supposed to find his wife, because he who finds a good wife will have a good life. Do you guys know the story of Abraham and how his son Isaac was to become of a wife? How a servant of Abraham was sent out to find a wife, but he was specifically told not to take one from the land from which him and his father was from, not to take a wife from the Canaanites. This man set out to go and have this journey, and he prayed to God, and he said to God, please let the woman that I have said these words to, and it will let me drink from her jar and also fetch water for my camels, be the one that I take back to become Isaac's wife. And before he could even finish that prayer, a woman went to the well, drew water from said well. He said to the woman as she made her way away from the well after she drew, pardon me, but may I please have a drink of water from your jar? She, without hesitation, poured him a drink, and without hearing his prayer, and without him asking to do such, she voluntarily said, I will also fetch water for your camels. At which point the man asked if she had fodder and in a place where they can stay, a tent or something. She said she had many a fodder and a place that they could stay for him, his men, and the camel. He went back, told the father of said woman the story I just told you and how he was becoming to know her acquaintance. They made the agreement that she was to go back with him. And so she became Isaac's wife. Her name is Rebecca. A man went out to find the wife. Isaac was blessed because he was a descendant of Abraham who followed the word and spread the gospel of God, followed his commandments, his laws, his covenant. Therefore, his offspring were given bounteous and fruitless gold, silver, land. They were blessed within the Lord because the man went out to seek. Not just saying everybody that finds a wife will be blessed in the Lord. That's not the only reason. But as I stated, a man is supposed to go find his wife. You're not supposed to find her at the club because she got her halter top and her breasts all out crazy. You're not going to find her at the strip club. She's twerking better than the other girl. I'm just saying, if you covet thy flesh, thy land, money, vanity in any form, you are on a path of destruction and you need to change the direction in which you are walking. I'm telling you. I'm a long way away. I'm a long way away. I have recognized things that I need to change, and I've changed some of those things immediately. And then there's things I'm still working on, and I have to, because I give a damn about my soul, not just life. I can give a damn about life while I respect the gift of such. We are born into sin, contemptuous, villainous, angry sin. Why do I want to be a part of this repetitious cycle where people keep condemning each other, knocking each other down? You wonder why you keep seeing Chinese stores and poppy stores got their little kids in there. Then them kids become like 25, 26, and that store is still there, and now they're the ones running it. There's continuity, there's camaraderie and support there. Yet when you get a black-owned business, everybody want to steal out the store, everybody want to hook up, and they fuck that black-owned business up to now it's owned by Asians, Pacific Islanders, Filipinos. And I don't have anything against any race. I'm just making a point. If you want to talk so much about black power and stand up when some type of fucking trivial nature happens to Trayvon Martin or anybody else, any of the other young men, young black men, as well as white, Asian, Latino, and any other specific ethnicity and race that were falsely accused or unjustly murdered. When you think about those ethnicities, you only start getting up in a raucous rage when you start seeing on TV, this happened, that happened. When you start watching it on the screen, oh, this is getting reported to here, this is what happened. Now you want to stand up and start talking black power and marching and protest. But how many of you motherfuckers that was out there trying to support in the protests and things of that nature here in Philadelphia and in Ferguson, Missouri, how many of you were for equality and rights and standing up for these ethnicities and races and things before this shooting happened? How many of you were marching and trying to get change in your community and for your race as a whole before any of this went down? Think about it. I'm not coming at you. I'm asking you to think. I'm inciting thought. Don't get mad at me because I'm actually making you use your fucking head. Our Creator gave us our mind to think. Stay vigilant. Be aware. So many of us are lost. So many of us are lost. Who gonna find you? Well, if you're thinking it's just based on whether or not you get the best chain and jewelry and you got found by the best label, for those of you who want to do music and get signed by labels, for what shall cover the man if he gains the world but loses his soul in the process? Did I make that up? Is that something I just freestyled? No. It's been here for millennia. It's been here for hundreds of years. I wasn't here for hundreds of years, but that was. Where did it come from? You have no time to find out the origin of that statement, but you can tell me every twerk video Nicki Minaj did that she wasn't a rap artist in. You can tell me every point that LeBron James scored from St. Mary, St. Vincent's to Cleveland to Miami back to Cleveland. You can tell me every highlight tape of this artist and this rapper or this boxer. You can tell me I'm missing out on all these tracks and all this music. By the way, I'm not missing out on nothing. So I'm not dumbing myself down for that shit. I dumbed down my flow so I could double my dollars. But y'all don't hear me though. Y'all don't even understand, huh? You still lost. Don't worry. Continue to be lost. I'm lost, seeking to be found. Not lost saying, fuck it. And every time you turn your back on the word, every time you knowingly do something that you know is wrong, that is exactly what you're doing. I didn't think for a second. My man Cash Money Mirror was here, and he was witnessing how I do this on the Twitch version of Radio AFG Live. He heard the show on blogtalkradio.com, which we didn't have a broadcast tonight. DDoS attack wouldn't even let me sign in, so I guess that's why we over here on Twitch right now. But at the end of the day, he was witnessing it, and he was listening to me have some of this discussion. He just left not too long ago, but, you know, he was over, and we had this conversation that started with music and letting him hear some tracks and us freestyling to some beats. And we started talking about, you know, my style and what I feel through music and why I do what I do the way I do. And I let him know that a track, aka a beat, is a foreign language to me, and my flow is the interpreter of said beat. So whether I'm just off the top of my head on the industry beat or off the top of my head on the original beat, it's the track that's making me perform the way I'm saying what I'm saying in my mouth. Then we started talking about how everybody's not like that, and started talking about common sense and how people are selling their soul and not really representing themselves and doing this, that, and the third, and pushing this agenda and this, that, and the third. So I said, you know what? I'm going to make my show called that, because a term that kept coming up when we were talking is women and guys keep talking this. Well, not women and men, but niggas and bitches keep talking about turn down for what and turn up. Well, I'm going to make my show a turn down for what Friday/Saturday to give a couple of reasons as to why we should turn down. Now, I understand that there hasn't been a lot of like positive reinforcement when it comes to men standing up. I mean, you got guys thinking it's cool now to be on TV dancing and moving around like a female. You got it being looked at as if it's okay for these things to take place. Like I was in Big Jim Tucker's earlier, mixing down tracks. I'm up here listening to the beautiful Pain freestyle and adding a couple of little effects on there, a little chorus reverb effect on the hook. And this older gentleman that we all know from the bar started dancing, listening to this music that, you know, we was listening to the music, it was cool, we was listening to oldies and all types of shit. And that's no problem or anything, I don't got no problem there. But here's where the problem comes in. He started gyrating his ass in the way a woman twerks. And then when my homie Miss Donna put me on, shout out to Miss Donna, my homie Miss Donna put me on to what he doing and things of that nature, I was like, well, damn, ain't no man, and I said it not in a secretive, hide behind your back way. I said it while he was standing right next to me. I said, ain't no man supposed to shake his ass like that. No man is supposed to be acting like a woman. And then I said about the Bible speaking on no man should be coveting the dress of a woman, and no woman should be donning the suit of a man. Like, we shouldn't be dressing up and acting as each other. We even, when my man Cash Money Mirror was here a second ago, we even talked about like Tiny Toon Adventures. I said, man, we've been getting hypnotized like this and brainwashed since we were kids and before we were kids and before we were kids and they kids was kids. But to make it relevant to you, think about Tiny Toon Adventures. They talk about not dressing up like women and women not dressing up like men, yet when Babs and Buster Bunny first jump on the screen when the theme song comes on, after they say the first couple words, Bab unzips herself and becomes Buster. Buster unzips himself and he's really Babs. But y'all don't understand what I'm saying, and you keep saying turn down for what? Disney Channel. Do anybody know that Walt Disney was a Freemason? Now, you can say what you want about Freemasonry and what it really means and all that, but I'm going to tell you right now, it ain't no godly shit. paganism is not of God.